Hey y'all, it's Desiree and I'm back with another video, and for this video, God is saying, yes, you are ready. And this video is for those of you who know that you are stepping into a new assignment, stepping into a new role. And God is saying, yes, you are ready. Yes, you are ready for the assignment. You may know what your purpose is. You may have an idea what it is that God is getting ready to use you for, or in what capacity He's getting ready to use you. But as it pertains to this video, when God is saying you are ready, He's not just talking about one specific assignment, one particular thing. He's saying that you are ready for your destiny assignment. God may have been using you up until this point, but you are getting ready to walk into your destiny assignment in the same sense that Joseph did after he left the prison. He left the prison and he stepped into his destiny assignment. God had been using him all along, all while keeping him in the hidden place, in the secret place. But it came a time that Joseph had to step into his destiny assignment. And I'm sure just like Joseph, a lot of you are in a place right now where you know that it's any day now. You know that it won't be long now. You know that you're just sitting back waiting on God. There's a peace and there's a comfort that comes from your assurity in your faith, your assurity in what it is that God promised and what God is doing. But there's also room for the enemy to toy and play around with your mind. And in this hour, it's so very important that you pay attention to your thoughts and truly steward over your thoughts. Because the enemy knows that he cannot stop, he cannot delay, he cannot hinder, he cannot halt what it is that God is doing. But what he can do is attack your mind. What he can do is attack your confidence. What he can do is attack your self-esteem. What he can do is cause you to second guess yourself, to question yourself, to question your worth, to question your authority, to question your power, to question what you heard. If the enemy can get you to question it at this time, he will. If the enemy can get you to believe that you are unprepared, he will. If he can get you to believe that God does not have you perfectly positioned, he will. If he can get you to self-condemn yourself, if he can get you to go on a guilt trip, get you to start walking in shame, he will. The last thing the enemy wants you to do is to rise up to the occasion. Not in the physical, not financially, mentally. It's a mental war right now. I had been seeing the number 55 and I ended up having the same dream the past 2 nights. And in the dream, I just kept seeing the number 55. And I kept hearing things like, you are ready, ready for the new assignment. And on the second night, it was clear that God wanted me to also bring this word forth. And I know that a lot of you are in a situation, are in a position where you don't know that God is perfectly pleased with you. And the enemy wants to do any and everything that he can to try to attack your view on yourself. Because if he can attack your view on yourself, he can attack your confidence. And if he can attack your confidence, he can attack your faith. The Greek meaning of the number 55 is chaste, clean, pure, with sincerity. For some of you, your confidence is truly under attack. And if the enemy is not trying to tell you that you aren't good enough, you aren't qualified, he's trying to tell you that you aren't worthy and that you aren't clean, that you aren't pure. He's trying to get you to question your heart intentions. He's trying to get you to question your motives. And God wants you to know right now, it's deception. Are you perfect? No. Will you fall short? Yes. But God sees you as clean, as pure, as sincere. The enemy wants to get you to believe that God just threw somebody up there. God just threw somebody next in line. God knows who he placed up next. God didn't make any mistakes. God is not pacing the floors of heaven concerning you, wondering did he make the right decision, wondering is he making the right choice. God is not sitting back with a clipboard trying to make sure that he dotted every I and that he crossed every T. You woke up to this last minute. You didn't realize what it was that God was really up to for real till last minute. God knows who he called, and God knows who it's time to call forth. And this destiny assignment requires confidence, It requires you to not only know who God is, but to know who you are. How is it that God is going to use you at your full capacity if you don't truly understand who you are? If you don't truly understand what it is that He has put inside of you? And let me tell you something. If you've made it this far, if this video is truly for you, if you know that this video is truly your confirmation, you know God and you know who you are in God. Do not let the enemy shake your confidence. Do not let the enemy cause you to question your boldness. That's not God saying, no, cower back down. That's the enemy. God does not fear your boldness. The enemy wants you to believe that it's arrogance. God knows that it's authority. God knows that that's your assurance in Him. God is not afraid of you walking in a room with your head held high, knowing who you are and having confidence in yourself. The enemy wants to tell you that that's you being conceited. That's you doing too much. That's you thinking you all that. But how else are you supposed to act when you are a daughter of the King, son of the King, a chosen people, a royal priesthood? It's time to start acting like you know who you are. The enemy wants to attack your confidence because he wants to keep you small-minded. He wants to keep you focused on small things. He wants to keep you stuck in these old mindsets. He wants to keep you on these entry-level position mindsets. God is positioning you a seat at the head of the company, and the enemy wants to keep you stuck in the entry-level position mindset. Because if I could just cause you to doubt yourself just a little while longer. You can't even too much public speak well. What about your anxiety? What about you start sweating? What about this and what about that? Those people not going to pick up that book. Those people are going to drive right by that office space, right by that retail space. If the enemy could just remind you of some of them old lies they used to tell you a little while longer. If he could pull up a good one that you used to tell yourself and get you to believe it once again a little while longer. He knows that if he could just attack your confidence. Some of y'all started battling stuff that y'all hadn't even thought about since high school. You ain't thought about that in years. Where did that come from? Where did that old wound come from? If I can cause you to question your confidence a little while longer, and all he needs is anything. All it takes is you complaining about your eyebrows, complaining about your skin, and next thing you know, your whole assignment is under attack because your confidence is threatened. Also be mindful to not allow outside situations to threaten your confidence. Because right now is the time where the enemy really wants to try to test your gangster. Do you really believe that or do you not? Are you really willing to stand on that or are you not? Are you going to stand on that when it's other people standing with you? Are you going to stand on that when your church family is standing with you? Are you going to stand on that long as you're seeing confirmation videos on your algorithm? Are you willing to stand alone? Are you willing to continue to stand even when the ground appears shaky, when it appears unsettled, when it appears that everybody else went running for cover, but yet there you are still standing? This is the time to act like you know. Because this is not I don't know if this word is for me video. It's time to act like you know. If you believe it, believe it. If you receive it, then receive it. And if you standing on it, stand on it. And act like you know. Because it's not coming when you think you're ready. It's not coming on the day that you think you're ready. It's coming on the day when God says you're ready. I was talking to one of my family members about some interview Will Smith, I believe, did, saying that he went skydiving. And there was something about counting down 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, one of the two. But instead of jumping on the third number, they jumped on the second number. And the reasoning behind that is by jumping on the second number when you were expecting to jump on the third number, there isn't time for fear to set in. And when she told me that, it really spoke to me, and I thought about how God moves when it comes to a new season, when it comes time for a change of direction, a change in assignment. He kind of keeps you in this limbo positioning where you're not quite sure what to expect. You know it's time, you know you better stay ready to keep from getting ready, but you don't know what to expect. You don't know when duty may call. You just know that you gotta stay ready. And God is saying that he's keeping you on your toes because he doesn't want to allow time for fear to set in. He doesn't want to allow you time to truly get into your mind, to truly get into your thoughts. Just like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, a lot of you know just how God is planning on using you, but you have no idea because although he has been training you this entire time, and it hasn't been a secret, he has been concealing his true intention for this next assignment because he doesn't want you to get cold feet. He doesn't want you to back out last minute. Imagine how many people standing in the opening of that airplane and those people count down to 3. How many people will probably be like, oh, wait, hold on, wait, I'm not ready. But what you mean that you're not ready when you already paid? What you mean when everybody is already in position, when we up here with everything that we need, everything is ready to go? No, you're ready and it's time. You might as well hold on to your confidence because God is not changing his mind. It's time. You might as well walk around like you know that you know that you know because God is not changing his mind. You might as well go ahead and start picking out your furniture now. You might as well start picking out the venue now. God is not changing his mind. It's time, and yes, you are ready.